virtual.
Oh, do you need me to put it on?
No, just hold it to your mouth. Yep.
Okay. So my wife started with a trip to Storyland in 2020, and we always go everywhere. We're doing tons of activities. I'm always in the car driving someplace. And so we went to Storyland, and Em was big enough to go on this ride finally that she always wanted to be on. And we got to the ride, and I started seeing people go on the ride, and then all of a sudden I realized that people were getting escorted to a side door if the seatbelt didn't fit across their waist. And so it looked so embarrassing, and so I said to Bill, I was like, Bill, whatever happens, don't get me kicked off that ride. I don't care how badly you have to jam those seatbelt buckles together. I do not want to get escorted off the ride. So we got to the ride, and I'm telling you, I was this close to getting kicked off of the ride. And I had been struggling all day, stuffing myself into the train and stuffing myself into the rides, and it was really an eye-opener. I was having trouble walking. I wasn't comfortable at the hotel at night. I was sleeping lousy. And, I wish I could tell you that I went and I called Kim the next day and I had gotten on track. And what happened is, we had school start and we had to go to school with masks and we had to do other things. And finally in December, after, skipping lots of outdoor activities, because, my jackets didn't zip and my ski pants made me uncomfortable. And I said to Bill, I was like, I have to do something. And I went to the doctor, and she had solutions. She had a prescription. She had surgery. She said, but you could start with activity. So the crazy thing is that I had won a Max Challenge online a couple of years earlier, and I had torn my rotator cuff while skating with Em. And it was probably the real beginning of my challenge with my weight and my health. And I came and I had a fabulous time. I met great people. I had great results. But then I had to go for the surgery. And I just kind of lost my way. But I did love those 10 weeks. So when it was time to decide on something, with my doctor and with Bill, the sexy bike on Instagram just didn't speak to me. 45 minutes in my basement didn't really sound like I wanted community. I wanted people who could inspire me. And I remembered these people. And I'll tell you, I called up two friends that I had met here, Beverly and Debbie, and I said, oh my God, I need to do something. Would you please come back with me? And they came back. This is the kind of people who are at Max Challenge. And on my first day of my coming back to the challenge, they were here. And I worked out with Dwayne, who was just, he was my comfort zone. I knew who he was. And on the first day, they said, oh, by the way, Dwayne is not going to be here anymore. Heidi is going to start teaching. And my first thought was, oh, I remember her. She used to call me. She used to call me on the phone and ask how I was doing. And I'd be like, fine. I'm fine, right? So I will tell you that you might do this, and you might not be in a great place when you start. But now the thought of not being here with these people and not hearing Heidi's you're worth it, and you've come too far to only come this far, and you're gonna it's gonna push the negative self-talk to the back of your mind, because the positive talk in here is so loud. So just a quick thing that we started here, and you can see that Emily's hands barely touch. And every morning I made a commitment. I made myself a promise the way I would make a promise to Emily, right? I'm going to come every day. I'm going to do the food. I'm going to do this. And so that's probably the first or second week. And Bill would say, thank you for going, and Em would hug me. And maybe in the second week, Em goes, oh my God, Mom, my hands touch. When I hug you, my hands touch. And I walked out of the house that day and I said, how can I not go back? How can I not eat clean? How can I not skip drive-through and bring better food for us to eat on all of our travel? And I did that for a year. I came here every day, or I did a recording, or I did something from our travels. And, now I have a bounce in my step. We went to Storyland again. The buckles clicked with 4 inches. So, I do care about, what the scale says and what, my clothes say, but to be able to buckle into that ride, to be able to walk with her through the Franklin Park Zoo, to be able to have the energy to like go out and walk our huge new dog, like all of those things, like they're priceless to me. And, even today is brought to you, my journey of Max is brought to you by Kim, because just recently I've had a challenge at work and I've had a challenge with M's social life at school. And I said, I don't know, Kim, I gained some weight back and I missed some classes. Like, maybe you want to put me on the roster later on when I like catch back up and I'm doing better. And she said, no, maybe this is what you need to do and actually to start over again. So, I was here all week. I showed up every day. I'm feeling a lot better. We solved M's problem. I ate better, and this place did that, because I've had this before. I've lost weight, I've done stuff before, and then you hit a really bad patch, and there's nobody there, like, in your program to, like, pick you up, brush you off, and say it's okay to start again. You have a room full of people that are gonna check on you, they're gonna ask you what you need, and you're gonna be able to get it done, you're gonna be able to get it back. So that's my story, and I really hope to see you here. I hope you'll get to see some more hug test pictures from 2022. Because I have come too far to only go this far, and I am going to be a legacy member for a long time, and I hope you will be too.